With hazards removed, the shell is lowered and pushed onto a steel roller conveyor that squeaks under load as it carries the body toward primary cutting. A primary magnetic drum lifts ferrous fragments upward, and lighter fluff drops away onto a separate conveyor leading to residue bunkers.
The ferrous stream passes a second magnet where stray steel is recovered again, improving yield before the scrap reaches cleaning and sizing stations.
We got another fault on the line. I see it. Adjusting the flow now.
We found water here.
All right, push that aside. This section is dry.
Slag chemistry is adjusted, impurities bind, and the molten bath stabilizes at tapping temperature with controlled arc input.
The composition is confirmed. We need to prepare the additions.
When required, vacuum degassing lowers dissolved gases, gauges stabilize, and the ladle exits with a certified chemistry range.
Processing. The tube passes sizing stands, straightening rolls correct camber, and a laser gauge head checks ovality with a humming fan. An induction annealer normalizes the weld zone, pyrometers read temperature, and controlled cooling stabilizes properties. Processing. Eddy current probes scan the seam, a reject gate diverts defects, and accepted tube continues through ultrasonic thickness scanning.
Processing. End-facing heads square the pipe ends. Bevel tools cut chamfers, and metal chips fall into bins beneath greasy guards.
Processing. For square and rectangular tube, reshaping stands press the round tube into HSS profiles, controlling corner radii by roll pressure.
Processing. Dimensional gauges verify width, height, and straightness, and any piece outside tolerance is stacked on a rework rack.
Make sure that strap is tight.
It's tight, almost done with the tensioner.
Wire the tags to the end skids.
Processing. In parallel, certified steel plate and sections are routed to a fabrication shop housed in an older steel frame building with soot-stained windows.
Does that match the stencil?
Yes, 742. Here's the paperwork for filing.
Inside an old car recycling factory workshop. Processing. Shot blast rooms clean assemblies.
Inside an old car recycling factory workshop. Processing. Trucks depart to a city staging yard, where deliveries are timed, and bundles are arranged by erection order for a landmark high-rise build.
We need to adjust the lift plan for bundle 7. The forklift can't reach that angle.
Okay, I'll reroute it through section 4, but we need the crane cleared first.
Bill of lading and manifest ready?
Yeah, here they are.
Okay, looks good. Stand by for the crane.
The crane lifts pipe bundles using certified slings and sets them onto dunnage in a tight laydown area without dragging. Processing. Fabricated structural members arrive next, are lifted with spreader beams, and staged near pick points aligned with the crane swing path.
Field weld is solid. I'll tag it.
Appreciate it.
I'll head to the next chassis.
Fluids and batteries continue to be segregated, keeping shredder feed dry and reducing fire risk in the hammer mill line. The steel mill schedules EAF heats to match tube mill demand, aligning scrap intake, melting, casting, and rolling output.
Caster operators maintain mold level control, spray patterns keep the strand stable, and billet surface quality remains consistent for rolling.
Processing. Rolling stands adjust gaps in tension, holding strip thickness tight so pipe wall thickness remains stable downstream. Cont.
Processing. Coil inspections check edges and flatness, and only certified coils are routed to the tube mill line for structural products. Accumulators enable coil-to-coil joining, strip continues moving, and weld station settings remain steady over long runs. Forming guides keep seam edges centered. ERW power logs continue by heat number, and squeeze roll force remains within spec.
See, the weld penetration is completely off here.
Yeah, the bore scope confirms the fracture point. I'm updating the parameters now.
Accepted pipes continue through blasting and coating, then rest on cure racks until the coating reaches handling hardness. Bundles are built with spacing blocks. Straps are tensioned evenly, and forklifts move bundles without scraping coated surfaces.
Processing. Fabrication shops receive additional steel, verify MTRs, and route members through CNC cut and drill lines to meet site schedules.
Processing. Primed members cure under ventilation fans, then are staged by floor level and gridline ID for efficient site placement.
Processing. Dispatch coordinates off-peak trucking, permits travel with loads, and staging yards receive steel in strict delivery order.
At the site, cranes unload directly into pick zones, reducing laydown congestion while male installation crews keep pace.
Check the clamps, Lydia.
Secure on my side, boss.
Hoist engaging. Clear the area below.
Processing. Where weld joints are required, edges are verified, passes are applied, and coating repairs cover heat-affected areas after cooling.
Wastewater passes oil-water separators and settling tanks, then moves through filtration before reuse or compliant discharge.
Processing. Non-ferrous streams ship out separately, preventing mixed metal contamination and improving the quality of the ferrous scrap sold to mills. Processing. At the steel mill, baghouse pulse clean cycles keep airflow stable, and furnace operations repeat heat schedules without interruption. Cont.
Processing. Slag is skimmed and cooled in designated bays. Metal is recovered where possible, and remaining slag is handled per approved routes.
Rolling mills produce coils for tube products. Coil edges remain protected, and tags remain intact through crane transfers.
Here's the first sample.
25 millimeters exactly. The alignment is perfect.
Wall quality is within tolerance, and the seam looks good.
Parameters confirmed. Resume steady production. Finished members are primed, marked, and loaded in erection order, so the site can lift and place without reshuffling.
Check the mill heat against the receiving log.
7429 matches the fabrication ID.
The recycling yard sustains intake as more cars arrive, keeping depollution and shredding synchronized to avoid feed bottlenecks. Processing. Separation equipment is recalibrated, keeping copper and aluminum low in ferrous output and reducing refining load at the mill. Briquette density is adjusted by press pressure and dwell time, so furnace charging behavior stays predictable heat after heat. Processing. Steel-making heats are refined to target properties, casting and rolling stay synchronized, and certified coils keep feeding tube production. Processing. Coating lines maintain cure profiles, thickness checks stay within limits, and bundles are stored under cover to protect finishes.
We need these windows unloaded directly to pick point 4. Tight squeeze, so watch the tires.
Got it. Right to bay 4.
Pipe installation follows with supports and anchors tied into structural steel, and runs are aligned to prevent stress at joints. Processing. Depollution waste streams are consolidated and shipped to licensed processors, keeping the yard compliant and the shredder feed clean. Processing. Shredder residue is compacted and routed for handling, while ferrous product remains segregated in clean stockpiles for steelmaking. At the mill, production reporting links scrap shipments to heats and heats to coils and pipes, preserving documentation for procurement checks.
Processing. Fabrication output is staged by building zone, loaded with spacers, and transported to the city staging yard for sequencing.
Connections are completed and inspected. Temporary bracing is removed, and the structural system becomes progressively self-stable.
Meters. The loop remains continuous, with cars dismantled, shredded, separated, melted, cast, rolled, formed.
Processing. Paper logs and digital scans reconcile shipment weights, test results, and piece marks, keeping traceability intact across the chain.
Processing, scrap and steel sampling continues to keep residuals controlled so fabrication weldability and structural performance remain consistent.
Bring it down, hold it right there. Okay, that's secure. Final inspection passed. Approved for integration.
Staging bay confirmed. Lower the frame.
Roger that. Tracking shows green.
Back at the yard, incoming vehicle volume continues, and depollution and shredding remain synchronized to sustain ferrous output.
Processing. Separation equipment maintains clean ferrous scrap, reducing refining load and supporting consistent construction-grade steel production.
Processing. Steel mill operations sustain heat schedules, producing certified coils and sections that tube mills and
Finished pipes are bundled and shipped. Fabricated members are marked and dispatched, and both streams converge at the high-rise site.
Processing. Site handling uses dunnage and controlled rigging to prevent damage, keeping coatings intact and markings readable for verification. Spimmins. The entire system runs at scale with old but maintained machinery, steady labor routines, and synchronized.
Watch the pipe run on sector 4. Crane, hold position, we're almost clear.
All right, secure that connection now.